take over the game again. But for now, they still have to play scared against the big team fight ults, Virtus Pro at times.
But VP have been doing a really good job of identifying the right targets to kill. They killed the Slardar. It might have been looking like he was rushing with Midas because he did have the gloves and he was sitting on it for a long amount of time. So they wanted to kill him while he was still weak. They've killed Invoker before he has his Midas. So they're really hitting Na'Vi where it hurts.
Mid lane Na'Vi trying to put the pressure onto this tier 1, but looks like VP are going to react, wrapping back around after their successful tier 1 push towards the top.
They've got a glyph and they do have RP up in 5 seconds, so they can actually fight this with both Chronosphere and RP. This fight will actually determine like the game a lot. This will determine who takes control at 15 to 25 minutes.
Well, they do have the around the front line. They do not want to chrono him alone.
No. They just don't find the opening, so they don't even try. They let Slardar just farm away at top instead.
OG still holding on to this as Na'Vi back off. I mean, if you're Na'Vi now at this stage, is it, as you said, just all about general creating the space to allow Dendy to climb back? Because, well...
there's a lot of things they need to do. They need to get Dendy back in the game. They need to spread out a lot so they don't get, like, chronoed into an RP. That would just be devastating for them at this point in the game. They need to make sure that Phoenix is a supernova off. They
This
need to
could
make
be
sure
a great counter initiation.
Play jumping in, gets the call off onto a low hard times. VP are going to be there with the reaction. The chrono is going to hold general play, so no chance for a dunk out. Supernova will come through. Freezing field cancelled immediately by Dendy's Tornado. Arsenal drops the wards. They've taken down Yoku on the Void. Na'Vi in a good position at the moment. Dendy in the tree line. Seneko jumping forward as well with the summary. Bringing FNG down low. They'll lose the big bird, but they have found a second in return. G screwing forward, takes down Dendy as well. Making sure the VP for the time being that wants to come out on top. But Na'Vi still fighting on the back lines. Dunk down from General onto No Fear. 3 for 3. Ditchera, amplify out. They're going to look to continue to try and chase, but the blink out from G will be enough to defer them. So a 3 for 3 trade. At this point, an even trade is a win for Na'Vi, Cat.
Invoker got its Midas, so...
Yeah.
That personally is a win, but they may still...
If he had the mana for a dunk there,
yeah,
that would have been... Oh, Ditchera!
still die.
He might have to clean up a G, screwing Oasis, get away from my friend, but Ditchera with a drive-by slap down. Takes down the Slarker G. He's still got an RP, he'll use it on Ditchera. And he might just get this kill with the help of Yoku and FNG turning back up. No Fears there as well. And they will end up taking down this man. Can Ditchera play his way around this one? No, he can't. No, they totally won't save you this time. So they will punish the Slardar's presence, but nonetheless, him being there and his aggression did allow him to take down the Slark.
Again, at the end... well, the Midas is really good for the Invoker, and that fight did allow him to finish it up. That's a big pickup. At the same time, I'm still concerned that the fact that Na'Vi are just trading when they need to be winning fights outright at this point.
Good. Quick solo kill onto FNG. Okay, he tags in Seneko, needs a +1, gets the job done. FNG caught out, and Dendy, as you said, you have the back of this kind of bit of action. He's starting to get the momentum back that he just was lacking for the first 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah, they'll still need to try and get a couple more team fights, and the bad part was that Virtus Pro were already set up for the counter initiation, so like a pretty good Chronosphere that saves the Slark. If they kill the Slark, they probably win that fight like outright. They trade maybe like 3 for 1 or something like that, and then they can push and take the tier 2 and take some objectives. You look at this lineup from Na'Vi, it doesn't actually have a whole lot of high ground potential outside of the Shadow Shaman Serpent Wards. So when they take these kind of fights, they need to win them very clearly for them to have the numbers advantage to continue to pressure and take control of the map and take away these objectives so they can start thinking about ending this game, because we are on a timer for Na'Vi ultimately. Even if the Midas draws things out, and even if Ditchera in general are getting good amounts of farm and they're stronger and they're going to be better at 30 minutes than you expect Slardar and Axe to be, it still doesn't change the fact that the better late game is in the hands of VP.
Especially with no Midas on the Slardar. He's gonna trail, as it seems. He was able to continue his net worth streak because of the Aegis, but doesn't seem to be so fortunate maybe heading into this mid-game VP, looking to set up a fight. No Na'Vi members around.
I was hoping to find someone in that top jungle, but they will now start to make a move towards the whereabouts of Na'Vi. Na'Vi will have the high ground.
It's all about the initiation at this point.
See what they can find. VP No Fear continuing to move forward. Seneko, he'll be at the front. They do have all ults available both sides. So see how it goes down here. Dichirard tries the jumping, gets the crush onto 2. Where's the follow through? Denny getting in position. Tornado clipping 2 here. General jumps in with a call. The blade mail the tongue. They'll take down the Earth Spirit. Lower does meanwhile being down on task. Somebody did get out. The Serpent Wars and Lower does actually getting caught in the Chronosphere here, meaning Dichirard can take him down. A Chrono gone wrong here for Yoku. He's trying to get himself away, but he's been caught out by General Dichirard. Yoku getting punished for his sins. FNG will end up actually finishing off Dendi on the sidelines, but the Chronosphere there not working out for VP.
And a very selfless play from Art Style. He went in there and disabled the Magnus in the back, so he wasn't able to get the RP off, and he was definitely going to die, but he dropped his wards, he Hexy shackled them, and then that left enough time for them to finish off the frontliners with the Coaling Blade.
Yeah, and on the opposing side, it was actually FNG who makes that fight look somewhat okay for VP because he managed to get right up in the face of Dendi, who thrown out everything he already had and was able to get the full freezing field to solo kill Dendi like that. Otherwise, that would have been just a straight up 1 for 3, only the Shadow Shaman dying, and that's the kind of fight that Na'Vi you were talking about. We need to see them win, trade 3 for 1 so then they can take control and take objectives, but Dendi end up going down, and Virtus Pro still have some space to farm. Loha Dance isn't getting his item progression, but they are still drawing this game out. They're not losing any objectives, and that's okay.
And scaling issues might not be as bad for Na'Vi as it seems. Phoenix closing in on his Hand of Midas fairly soon, and Roshan is up.
I guess the next Roche attempt is going to be where we're potentially big fun. Here's the recap. I mean, Kat, where's it go wrong? Really?
The Chronosphere, if it actually catches the egg, it looks somewhat okay, but it's really unfortunate that he hit the Slark and that Dichirard sitting outside of it. Like, the combination of him not hitting the egg, but also hitting the Slark is really what makes the team fight go so wrong. Well, but if you look at it, it's just like, both supports played the team fight pretty well. Like, Art Style, his initiation was so critical for making sure that Na'Vi did okay.
I mean, as you said as well, the fact that FNG was able to kill off Dendi, that pretty much saves it from being a total disaster for VP guy, because it's such a huge kill, killing that Invoker.
Yeah, managing to keep him down, get some... Now he's got level 2 freezing field. Who the hell knows what that's going to mean in the next few minutes, but... See, it's all about the big team fight ults from VP. If they have them, they can stop Na'Vi from being so aggressive. They can't actively try and take that fight. Otherwise, they have to stay away from Na'Vi. It's like this next fight is going to be all about the Aegis, all around that Roshan pit. And that should be the advantage of Na'Vi, just like we saw last time, where they throw down the Serpent Wards and they have the Supernova.
That was when they had RP on cooldown, though, in Chrono. So I don't think they're not going to run into the pit, drop the wards with the amp damage this time. It's way too slow, and it's very, very dangerous.
Lower Dance coming across, but they've got a sentry down, and immediately with the control, Hex out, gets forced away. Lower Dance will be fine for the time being, and actually pouncing into the pit, but the blink out for Dichirard. That's Shadow Dance used as well from a Lower Dance. She's going to have to sit on the back foot for a little bit for a minute.
All they have to do is wait out the Serpent Wards, and then they're in a really good position.
Tornado
and VP take the road really slowly, so I think it's just going to be a stalemate at the end of the day. Unless VP can wrap around. If they can like wrap around to the right side where the secret shop is, then I think they can take a big fight. They want to fight Na'Vi, but not where Na'Vi is postured very well that Phoenix can get his egg off for free, and Invoker will be free to fire his spells from the back line.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I think a stalemate is to the favor of VP, where they can just they can still posture like 4 heroes around the Roshan pit just to make sure Na'Vi don't do it, and they can let Aloha Dance go wherever he wants. I don't think they necessarily need to go for the fight here. It feels a little bit like an unnecessary risk, but...
Straight in with the RP, it's only on 2-1, he's trying to initiate the fight here. G Supernova coming out below, does post the BKB with the help of FNG.
Nice
tries
call.
to get the egg for the call! It's going to be Seneko, gets the egg off, they've lost 2! And Aloha Dance on the retreat now, Dichirard blinking forward, live with the chase down, Shadow Dance. TP out is the aim of the game here from the map, but this crush comes just in time as the BKB.
Boo.
Where did you find this guy?
Give me a break, Pete.
Hey, I only work with professionals. Speaking of which, make sure the sound is right this time. I don't want a repeat of Amarillo.
That was 2 fucking years ago.
I don't do ADR. This new guy? I'm not feeling it.
Again?
Just don't be surprised if we have to make a change. New plan. We do a walkthrough of the inside first, then we shoot the intro.
Just like we always do. Just try to say the show's name this time, okay?
No problem. Tonight on Sewer Gators, another worthless fucking shithole. Happy?
Ecstatic.
Are we rolling? All right, let's go.
Get out of the way.
It's locked.
After you.
So, why are we in hell this time?
Do you ever prep?
What's the prep? Shitty house, spooky sounds? Ooh, is it haunted? Fuck me. I was an anchor, you know?
Weekend sub, Pete. Not anchor.
What's that?
Nothing.
What's the story, Andre?
Abandoned farmhouse, missing family, foul